Hey, what about SportGlobe family? Hey, listen, our motto is this is our game, this is our culture, this is our globe. Hey, we're just a fan, of sports. And we're just there to talk about many different things, So, hey, listen, but two things I want to talk about today. It is the world release, and of course, I want to talk about the Canadian teams and how they compete against the American teams all the time. So, them two things that I want to talk about. So, listen, so I want to big up the Jamaican team for topping the table at the recently held World Relays, right? So the World Athletics put on this world bless him up for doing that and athletes going beyond the call of duty and promoting an event. That have some more discussion to that in regards to other things though, but the big thing of the day that I say a whole lot of people never recognize is the fact that the Jamaica team that went down to Botswana, did something, and I'm going to come to it later on down the thing. But since as I mentioned Botswana was the host country for this event and breaking a world record in the 4x4, which was, look like it's always going to be an American team all the time, but the Botswanians, since last year World Championship, they show that they have this team, and this team was never a fluke in terms of the way they won last year at the World Championships. They came back this year, at World Relays and repeat that comfortably too. One of the things that was remarkable about the Botswanan performance at that particular 4x4 event is the fact that the final leg run is the way he ran the last 200 meters of the race. The guy was comfortable. The last 100 meters of the race, the guy was comfortable. Right in between the Australian and the South African guy. Never even feel like they were even a threat. And of course, the South African is a finalist in the 400 meters of the world. I think it was at the World Championships last year. Nene they call him, yeah man. But this Botswanan 400 meter runner, final leg runner, is something to be really brought the show.
This episode is sponsored by J&J Garage. Top quality, cheap prices.
J Garage, we do excellent brakes and clutch repair. Pressure plates, flywheels, disc brake pad, brake shoes, clutches. Any job you have, cars, vans, jeeps, buses, trucks, and tractors. Just call J&J Garage, 1-876-408-3836, 887-7504 for all your pickup and delivery service throughout the 14 parishes.
Down and brought the curtains down, to this relay, giving his country something to be cheered, to cheer about. It was awesome. It was good. It was, a big thing. That's how he performed. And that's why Boys and Girls Championships on the 4x4 has always been that spectacular event. They're closing out the show on the 4x4 100-meter relay. But where Jamaica would have topped the tables over the Americans. I don't know. I don't recall ever hearing that at any one of the meets at all. I've always known that every time the Olympics or World Championships comes up, and the Americans are always there. They always top the table. It doesn't matter. But this time around, we were ahead of the Americans in a big way. I don't know how much people say that, but we brought the competition. Whether or not the Americans brought the A team, we never bring our A team either. We brought the best possible team that we could have gotten at the championships. The Americans brought the team that they could have gotten at the championships. And I think they got another medal. I can't remember what it is right now, but yeah, we're topping the table over the Americans is something to behold. But this is the next thing that I want to talk about in this quick video that I'm doing here is the whole thing with the Canadian teams as I live here in Toronto right now and just trying to be a part of the Canadian sporting community is that, I kind of follow the Raptors, I follow the Leafs, follow the baseball team, the Blue Jays, but they can't seem to be getting the better of the Americans at all for whatever reason. I don't know, is it a kind of just too soft, the sports thing? But I must say this before I even start bash them, is that they came to the World Relays and they performed awesomely at the World Relays. The Canadians finished fourth in the table. Botswana finished third, Canada finished fourth in the table, and Canada was the team that got second place in the mixed relays as well, and they got another second place. I think the female they got another second place, but they were looking awesome. And of course, the men team don't know what happened, but they were poised to get a medal as well, and was supposed to be the gold medal contenders as far as they kind of know. But yeah, let's get back to the Raptors, the Maple Leaf, and the Blue Jay. I don't know when it is or what it is about them when they come up against these American teams that they can't get the better of them at all, at all, at all, at all. Of course, we saw where, the Leafs even, on the weekend, they're changing out the management structure again. They keep changing the management and then don't realize that's not the problem that they have. Is that they just don't have the guts to get past the Americans at all. I know my Canadian friends are going to chime in, but I want them to chime in and explain to me why is it that they can't get past the Americans at all in sporting events. Even a sport where Canadians are supposed to be more dominant, which is ice hockey. The Maple Leafs and all of the other teams are supposed to be quite dominant. They've not even reached the playoffs this season. It's really shameful and shocking.
But I try to follow these teams, but they're not going anywhere. The Raptors, though, they got to the playoffs, up against the it kind of slipped me right now. Yeah, but they got to the playoffs. It got to a game 7, too, which I must commend them for getting to a game 7 because I never expect them to get to a game 7 at all. But again, when you look at them up against these American teams, especially when they come on to a crunch time game, it's almost like, you can expect that the American teams are going to be getting the better of them, and that I can't understand at all. What going on with these Canadian teams? What happened when they come up against these American teams? Why they can't challenge? Is it that they just, in Jamaica we say no problem and everybody think that we relax, but in Canada it look like them quite relaxed, man. Everybody just easy, The Maple Leafs is one of them teams, is one of the richest teams in the league. It's not money issues or nothing with these teams.
Hey everyone, check out this bump-free spray. It stops grown hair to show you just one spray. It's that easy.
No bumps, no irritation, just smooth skin.
Get yours today.
It's just that I just don't understand when they come up against the American team. It not happen at all. Them can't get the edge. Them not have the competitive belly to deal with them Americans. To deal with them American team at all. The Americans them always get the better of them. So I don't know. What is it that they need to do? What is it that the Canadian teams need to do? What them need to do to be very competitive? A couple of years ago when the Raptors won, because they got an American, of course, on the basketball team, which was a clutch man. He pulled it off for them. But, and for the first time, really, the Canadian team really fight and pull out a win over an American team. But I don't know what's going on with these Canadian team. But hey, listen, SportGlobe. Hey, remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be coming and talking to you like this for many times. I mean, on the channel, we're trying many things and all kind of things to see how we can get across to sporting fans so that we can always have a conversation and talk about these things. But it is important to note that I'm trying to learn the Canadian sport. I'm trying to get involved with it, but it's just that I can't understand what's going on. There's another topic that I want to discuss at another time, and it's Liverpool. What about Liverpool? Fire the coach or not fire the coach? What do you guys think? Arnold need to go or need to stay? What happened? Look like Liverpool want to keep him, but the fans want him to go because him not get nothing out of the players them at all. But big congratulations to, the Botswana team for putting on such a stellar event. It was wonderful that the world really is. I sat and I watched it and it was really nice. They put on a show themselves too, as a team. They brought the curtains down on the day as you're supposed to do as the host nation team, because it's important that you can put on the show and you can close the show. That's really nice and that's really good to do. That's awesome, man. I love the 4x4 team, And of course, I hear that the Prime Minister or the President gave them a national holiday as well to go along with that. So big up to the Botswana team. But hey, listen, lots of praises for the Jamaican team. And Jamaica, maybe you need to show Canada how to compete or to challenge the Americans, because for the first time, as I said, the Jamaican team topped the tables in a track and field event. If anybody know anything different, tell me. Let me understand. And it's the first time a Jamaica relay team break a record once, twice in an event. 2 times they broke the world record. So somebody can tell me if that's the first as well. My recollection that's the first time. So here, until another time, this is our game. It is our culture and it is our globe. SportGlobe. All the time. Hey, listen, I'm out, Richard, all the time.